What is going on, everyone? It's Rob and Jonny. Welcome to episode 74 of the MMArcade Podcast. Man, look at my backdrop. I've upgraded.
He's back.
I'm back. Back in my home.
OnlyFans wasn't working out. He's back. He wasn't getting the subs he needed. Welcome back.
I was found. No, it's honestly, it's good to be back home, but I'm glad that we were very consistent with the podcast, even though I was away.
Look at this guy, 4 weeks in a row.
4 in a row. Exactly, recording at the same time, same day as well. It's been pretty sick, man. But we got a stacked episode for today. We're going to be talking about some White House news. Also, we've got this upcoming Fight Night card with Carlos Ulberg versus Dominick Reyes. Some news happening in middleweight as well. But Rob, at the beginning, I want to give you an opportunity to chat about a recent announcement I saw on your Instagram that you made with regards to a particular show. Can you give us more info, man?
Yes. I competed in Physical Asia, it's called, which is like a branch off the Physical 100 series, and I was part of Team Australia for that competition over in South Korea earlier this year. You know, when I've alluded to projects that I had gotten into early in the year, I've been doing that mysteriously throughout our episodes.
You missed like a few weeks at some stage. I remember.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was away for a big chunk. So I jumped into that. It was a great experience. I can't talk too much about it right now, but my teammates were awesome. We were a strong team. We went in there. There are a lot of other countries involved. It was an experience I'll remember for the rest of my life. You know, it was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
And honestly, God gave me that itch of like just doing reality TV. Like I want to do The Amazing Race now. I want to do Survivor. I want to do everything, man, just because it was fun. I liked that kind of lifestyle for a little bit.
That's sick, man. Like, obviously, you can't talk too much about it, but people will be able to watch it on Netflix. Do you know the date that's going to be releasing yet?
You know, I should know. I'm sure it's there. And I'm sure I could tell you if I had actually worked to memorize it. I'm sorry, I have not, but it's coming. It's coming.
Hell yeah.
I think you can. I think it is on Netflix. Like you can actually like see the series about to drop. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, give it a gaze. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up the time now. It might actually just be out, to be honest.
Nah, it's not out yet.
Not yet?
No.
Oh, here we go. It is set for October premiere. So next month, man. Very, very soon.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
We'll definitely share it on the from the podcast and the community channel, or the community tab, so you can all give it a watch. So that's pretty sick, man. I'm keen to see you and the team at work. But before we would continue with this video, we do have a message from today's video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Private Internet Access, or PIA for short, is a world-class virtual private network, or VPN, which hides your IP address and encrypts your internet connection. With over 30 million downloads and an excellent Trustpilot rating, it really does live up to that phrase, world-class. One of the biggest benefits of using PIA is that it works with all major streaming services like Netflix. This means you'll be able to access region-restricted movies, TV shows, and sports events from across the world, which may not otherwise be available in your country. Watching Netflix without PIA is like paying for a UFC fight card, but not getting to watch all the fights. So don't get caught out by not using it. Also, PIA has servers in 91 countries and across all 50 states in the US, so you'll never be again restricted from watching a fight due to blackouts. Plus, PIA is available for all platforms, including Windows, macOS, Android, and iOS. And they even have this awesome new feature where you can use one subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices at the same time. So even though you might have PIA on your computer, you can still pick up your phone, pick a region, and easily turn on the VPN whenever you please. And thanks to PIA, viewers of MMArcade all have access to a very special offer. By clicking our promo link, piavpn.com/MMArcade, in the description, or by scanning the QR code, you can get an 83% discount on private internet access and an extra 4 months completely for free. So don't miss out, and a huge thank you to Private Internet Access for supporting the MMArcade podcast. Now, back to the episode. Alrighty, we are back. And as I mentioned, we got a stacked episode for today. First up, Rob, let's talk about some White House news. Obviously, Dana White has been talking a lot. He's been asked a lot of questions, but he's been talking a lot about this upcoming UFC card that's going to be taking place at the White House next year. He's also shared some news with Fox News about this card. He's saying that it's going to be kind of like a one-of-one type event, just like the Noche card at the Sphere last year. He expects it to only be like 5,000 people or so on the South Lawn. There was also an image that was rendered for it. It looked quite cool. And naturally, there's been a lot of discussion as to who's going to be fighting on this card. So let's talk about the first guy that when I'm trying to predict who's going to be on this card, it feels like this might be the main guy because Dana White is really pushing him to be, and he has a lot of trust in him. But Conor McGregor recently came out to tease that it might be him in the main event. He's saying that the Mac is excited to be back. I'm on the card, the White House card. This is me, Michael Chandler, and myself. Obviously, these two were meant to be fighting. Can't remember when it was. McGregor got injured with his toe injury. That fight never eventuated. But it seems like he might be on this card, and even Dana is saying Conor and I have been talking consistently, and he wants this fight bad. So, and also Dana has said previously that he really does trust Conor McGregor. Like, Conor's never really let him down. So first of all, bro, can I get your thoughts on the UFC White House card and potentially Conor McGregor main eventing it?
Oh, mate, what can I say? It's a crazy turn of events. Okay. For one, I thought this whole White House UFC event was, just talk to begin with. I thought it was just something exciting to throw out there for people to talk about. I didn't think that it would actually even like that it'd have any legs or that it would eventuate. It's crazy that it might actually, not only will it have legs, but they look to be actually creating a card for it.
Yeah.
This is wild.
It is kind of crazy, man, because like there's only going to be 5,000 people there in attendance, right? Now, it is going to be with the new deal that the UFC has announced. It's seemingly, it could be one of those one-off paid pay-per-view events that Dana talked about, but it might be part of that new deal, at least in the US. But it's interesting only having 5,000 people there, and in all likelihood, they're going to be like celebrities and people they invite. So in terms of crowd attendance, it might not actually make the craziest amount of money. And if you have someone like Conor McGregor on the card, who gets paid a hell of a lot of money, it's just an interesting type of card to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's a historical event. It would be absolutely out of this world. I don't know how to put it into words, just how significant it would be. Like I don't know. I don't even know. Like, it's such a big deal that I really need to sit down and digest just like what sort of effect it would have on the UFC, what sort of effect it would have on government, what sort of effect it would have having those two side by side for a moment. I'm sure there's a lot of smarter people that have already digested this sort of information.
Well, I think the implications are that this card, because it is on at the White House, that people that aren't really into MMA, and this is going to be pushed out to people that maybe have never bought a pay-per-view card, right, with this new Paramount Plus deal, that it's going to open a lot of people's eyes to the UFC for the first time, and you probably want a big name on that card, and presumably that is going to be Conor McGregor. So that is very interesting in and of itself, but it seems like it's not going to be one for Jon Jones. Now, this has come out recently that obviously we all know what happened with Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall, right? Apparently Jones was offered the fight, he accepted, then he rejected. Like, there's been a lot of rumor about it. And Dana White has openly said that he needs people that he can trust on this card, and that's just not Jon Jones. He said that quite openly. He even said that Jon Jones called him personally to apologize, and Dana White's like, nah, I still can't trust him. What do you think about that?
Yeah. There's so much about this event that I just, it's mind-boggling. Jones had, to me, I feel like he got ahead of himself a little bit. Okay, like he understands his value and worth to the company, and he really pushed the envelope as far as he could take it.
He did.
Like that whole length of time of inactivity and holding up the division and keeping Aspinall on the sidelines. It was a bit much. And not only that, just whether they were real or just put up for social media, just the way he was acting about it, the way he was kind of saying what he was doing, like he was flaunting the power he had in the division. Does that make sense? Like he was like flaunting the fact that he could do what he had done because of his tenure in the UFC and the things that he's achieved. Yeah. And there's no doubt he's achieved like things in the UFC and in the sport that nobody else will. I just feel like I think that's where he kind of stretched the trust factor with, the bosses of the game.
Yeah, I think he clearly took it a little bit too far. And it's hard to put myself into someone's position, like into someone's shoes like Jon Jones, right? But if the numbers that we were hearing about what he was going to be paid if he actually fought Aspinall, let's say upwards of 20 to 30 million. I understand the risk to legacy and losing that fight. Like obviously he had a loss, but that wasn't technically a loss. I understand the risk to your legacy if you take a fight like that. That's very dangerous with Tom Aspinall and you lose. But that's life-changing money for the rest of your life. To me, that was the most surprising thing. I know Jones is set up for life, but one more payday of up to 30 million is crazy to turn down. Crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like I don't know, getting a 20 mil payout, that might just become your new legacy.
Right up to the sunset. Yeah.
Dude, I'd be happy with a legacy that I earned 20 mil in a fight. That'd be pretty good. But yeah. No, I get where he's coming from. It's just I think the way it all played out wasn't the prettiest picture. Now, I guess having a UFC event at the White House would have to be the most American thing you could do, right?
Yeah.
Surely you'd want an American headlining the card. I see that argument posted across the forums, and I see where people are coming from. Like, that's the only thing I can kind of reach out and grab is that like the UFC is obviously becoming one of the flagships for American entertainment.
Yeah.
More so than anything else. Just the way it's impacted the world. I'm not going to say created a new sport, but it's definitely highlighted and drawn the sport to a new forefront than it's ever been.
Yeah.
So to have these two together, the government of the US is obviously flagshipping UFC, the newest sport. If we go, I'll go as far as to say that we'll see it in the Olympics coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it'll be there. That's the direction it's getting pushed. So I'm sure you would want that, red, white, and blue sort of in the main event, leading the charge. But
now, I've never asked you this, by the way. A lot of fighters have obviously chimed in and said that they would really like to be on the card. Would you, timing everything works out, would you like to be on this card?
100 billion%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 billion%. Like, doesn't matter timing or anything else. I just
all right.
Like, it's an event for the history books.
Yeah,
I think it'll be something special.
Hell yeah.
Part of it.
Well, what I'm going to ask people in the comments. If Rob was to fight on this card, who would you like to see him fight? Let's get it going in the comments below. But as mentioned, the next topic that we have to talk about is some drama, let's call it, in the middleweight division. So we had this upcoming fight between Fluffy Anthony Hernandez and Reinier de Ridder. Everyone was excited for it, seen as potentially a number one contenders fight. But unfortunately, Fluffy has pulled out due to injury, and Brandon Allen has stepped in to fight RDR at UFC Vancouver, still in the main event, still a 5-round fight. Now, there are two bits that I want to talk about when it comes to this. One that's a bit more drama related. But first of all, this pretty much confirms that Imavov is going to be fighting Khamzat Chimaev next. Would you say?
More or less. I mentioned it last episode. He did amazing things after looking back at the tape, after looking back at the facts. I think he's next in line.
For sure. Now, if it's Imavov going to be fighting him next, right? Who knows when that's going to be made. But the way that this fight card was changed up because of Fluffy's injury was quite interesting. Apparently, the UFC reached out to Costa. RDR said, yes, let's fight Costa. But Costa said no because, he said yes only if it's going to be a 3-round fight. Maybe he's concerned about his fitness, whatnot. And then Caio Borralho threw shots at Costa saying, call me in, 5 rounds, of course, because I'm not a pussy like some guy that only said yes to 3 rounds. Can I get your thoughts on this back and forth between these two?
Dude, that has no legs. Kaio just fought a 5-round fight like 2 weeks ago. That's not bad. Like Costa, I don't know what's Costa been doing. Like,
well, Costa had his win, right? But like,
it was a 3-round fight, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, the difference in training, and Kaio knows the difference between 3 and 5 rounds is pretty significant.
Yeah,
the whole camp has to revolve around it. Yeah, I think the time that Costa jumped into a 5-round fight against Strickland that time, because he said, "Yeah, I'll fight in 5 rounds. Let's do 5 rounds."
I remember.
Like, I thought that was the worst mistake he had made. Like in that fight.
Yeah.
So I think him saying, "Yeah, I can fight him for 3," especially to be called in. It's not like they're agreeing on the fight before it's made. He's been called in. It was it was a legless just pot shot by Kaio.
It was, and I will say this as well. Like, I don't think Kaio, regardless of whether he's been considered as saving the card or not, should be in that position. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just lost. Yes, he lost to Nasruddin Imavov, but he lost like 4 rounds of that fight. It was pretty like competitive, but still one-sided when you look at the scorecards. Should Kaio really be in that position, or should he need to fight down first before fighting up again?
Nah, put him in there. Why not?
Really? You think so?
Why not, dude?
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
All right.
I'd love to see it.
Well, let us know what you think in the comments below. Obviously, the RDR and Brendan Aller fight doesn't carry as much significance and weight, versus the Fluffy fight. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Probably Khamzat versus Nasruddin.
That's a super interesting fight, Allen versus RDR.
It is.
They're very similar in a lot of ways.
But I just think RDR is a step above.
They have a level of jiu-jitsu. I do think RDR is much better across the board. But, I don't think it's going to be, I don't know. It's interesting at the very least. It's interesting.
Crazier things have happened. Let's see how it goes when it goes down UFC Vancouver very, very soon. And finally, for the UFC segment, we've got UFC Fight Night in Perth. It's coming back down under to Australia. Now, we're going to be covering the main event of this card, Carlos Ulberg versus Dominick Reyes in the light heavyweight division. Carlos Ulberg, Black Jag, 13 wins, 1 loss, 7 by knockout. He just beat Jan Blachowicz, and also he defeated Volkan Oezdemir and Alonzo Menifeld in that crazy 12-second KO. I just watched it before getting into this. It was actually insane. And then we have Dominick Reyes on a historic comeback, man. 15 wins, 4 losses, 10 of those by knockout. He's on a 3-fight winning streak, knocking out Nikita Krylov, TKOing Anthony Smith, and KOing Dustin Jacoby. And obviously before that, he had that fight loss streak against Span, Yuri, Jan, and Jon Jones. So, brother, can I get your breakdown for Ulberg versus Reyes?
Oh, mate, our horse in the race is obviously going to be Carlos Ulberg, right? He's one of the Anzacs down here. We have to kind of get behind him. But I have a lot of love for Reyes. That fight against Jones, and then the skid following it, I was sad. So to see the resurgence of Reyes, because he's so good. Like, even the fights that he lost before that, I feel like he had moments of greatness there. And it was just, I don't know. Like it was just, it wasn't his night sort of thing.
Yeah.
But seeing him come back the way he has, this is an interesting fight, right?
It is very interesting, and the thing that interests me the most, if you have a look at the Jan Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg fight, like Dominick Reyes is not 40-plus-year-old Jan Blachowicz. He's slower. He stays there more, taking those hits. He's constantly pushing forward, right? And against someone like Black Jag, who is a great counter striker, I really do believe that Dominick Reyes is going to hunt him down, and he has power in his hands. But I will say, Black Jag, Carlos Ulberg has knockout power, and Dominick Reyes, as historic as his comeback has been, and I'm so happy to see him in this position, and if he wins this, he's arguably in line for a title shot. His chin is just, it still gives me nightmares at night. You know what I mean? Like one clean shot from Black Jag, just like he did with Alonzo Menifeld and many others, it could put him to sleep.
Carlos Ulberg has that, historic sort of city kickboxing style. They're very good counter strikers. They're very They like to enter that flow state, sort of counter strike. They hit hard, they strike fast. They're all pretty fast and light on their feet.
Yeah.
So, generally speaking, they're all very good strikers, primarily counter strikers. Dominick Reyes is going to be putting the pressure on. His striking is incredible. I think he really puts his pieces together. I think the biggest thing during his skid was his loss of confidence. Honestly, more than anything else. Because like I said, I saw moments of greatness in all those fights. You can see those fights. Like the Yuri fight. He was doing so well in that fight, man. Like so well until that exchange. Like he was doing the right things.
Yeah.
It's just Yuri's a strange cat, right?
He really is, dude.
It would be so crazy fighting someone like that. It's wild.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be pushing forward. He's going to be using his striking. I think he's going to be putting Ulberg on the back foot. Much like yourself, I'm worried about the counter striking and the power that Reyes is going to be walking into. Because Reyes has been switched off. He has been hurt before. Ulberg hits as hard as any of them, and he's really precise, fast, and hits like a truck.
I'm going to ask you, you're going to have to give a firm prediction either way. No fence sitting on this one. This is a hard one for me too, but who do you got?
I'm going to go Ulberg.
Yeah.
I think let's say objectively, okay? And biasly, I'm going for Ulberg because I've met him. He's a good guy. He's down the road at City Kickboxing.
Yeah.
Those guys have won me over. So I'm on their side. But I think objectively, I think Ulberg's a good pick. I think, let's say, if there isn't a finish or a stoppage or a significant strike to really change the fight in a significant way, Ulberg wins by decision just because you're going to be countering, hitting him effectively, moving away the way he does. He's very good at that, utilizing his kicks and just counter striking, picking him apart and walking away. But I do think that his power in those counter strikes is going to play a factor in this fight, and it's going to stop Reyes from being able to do what he wants to do, and maybe even make it an earlier night. Dude,
I'm very torn on this, and this echoes back to the Kai Kara France versus Pantoja fight. I biasly, I would like to see Carlos Ulberg win because I want to see a Kiwi in that position, somewhere from this side of the world. But this historic comeback that Reyes is on, something in me just feels like the stars are aligning for him. So if I'm just putting my betting hat on, I'm going to give the slight edge to Dominick Reyes. It's going to be hard to say coming from an Aussie, but that is my official prediction. Let us know what all of you think in the comments below. We've also got a bunch of other Aussies and Kiwis fighting on this card.
It is a packed card.
It's a packed card, man. We got Jack Jenkins versus Ramon Tavares. Jimmy Crute is back against Ivan Ersland. I can't wait to see a fight, man. Jake Matthews against Neil Magny as well. That's going to be a fantastic fight. And then Tom Nolan versus Charlie Campbell. Can I get your rough thoughts on the rest of this main event? Main card.
For one, it's so good to see Aussies just like filling up main cards.
Yeah.
Okay. And like if you look at the prelims, there are a lot of Aussies under there as well. There's so many fights pushing those newer guys into the game. It's so good to be an MMA fighter from down under.
Dude, Jonathan McAuliffe as well, fighting?
Definitely. He's was with me my whole training camp, last camp. Like great body, super awkward to work with because of his style. And I look forward to seeing how that translate into the octagon.
Hell yeah.
But I'm curious, do you think Jake Matthews, Neil Magny? Do you think Jake Matthews is like skipping 1-2 is going to be too quick for Neil? Or do you think he's going to push a real like grappling sort of heavy game?
I actually think Jake can submit him. I reckon he's going to get it done. He's been on a bit of a tear lately, and I watched a couple of his submissions. I believe Jake Matthews had that one where, I can't remember who it was against, but he just jumped on this dude's back, and he would not let go and choked him out after 30 seconds. That was the most insane submission that I've seen. So I know how tough Neil Magny is. I'm going to say Jake Matthews by submission, 100%.
Same.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I think we've seen it happen to Neil before as well. So I think Jake's got a pretty clear path to victory in that fight.
Yeah. But let us know your thoughts about UFC Fight Night Perth in the comments below. That wraps up the UFC segment for today's episode. Quick one to the games news. Not crazy news going around this week. It's been a pretty quiet week. But I wanted to get your thoughts on this one, Rob, because it's less about Assassin's Creed Black Flag and more how they treat remakes of older games. So there is this rumored, kind of confirmed remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag happening. But apparently what it's doing, it's not simply doing a reskin of the game or a simple remake and not touching the game mechanics. It's making some quite significant changes, and it is dividing the community. So rumoredly, all right, this is coming from a source saying that the remake is going to be removing the modern day segments and replacing them with more content in the actual pirate era. The gameplay is also going to shift slightly closer to the more recent style of RPG style of Assassin's Creed games. So loot and gear stats for Edward, inventory systems, the combat again leaning more towards that RPG style instead of like choreographed the combat of the original game. No loot, loading screens when moving between ship and land. That's pretty sick. The map is not bigger, but there's going to be more activities and side content to do. And apparently it's not like the Resident Evil 2 or the Silent Hill 2 remakes in terms of level and budget, but it's going to be as much as possible a faithful reimagining with those changes. But that's the controversy happening. Like with all the changes being made, people aren't seeing this as faithful. Can I get your thoughts on that with all these changes that they're potentially going to be making to the remake?
When you said less modern day things, does that mean like less of the VR cameras that the dudes are going into?
Correct.
Dude, that's so much better. And
I knew you would say that.
Everyone arguing about not saying true. Who cares, dude? We get to be a pirate. We get to be a pirate and raid other ships. And there's no more loading screens. And there's no more choreography. Like, there was nothing worse than playing Black Flag. Okay, Black Flag's my favorite Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was awesome, but it lost me when I jumped on shore and I could just press circle and parry God the whole continent.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah.
Like, it was silly. So that's much, much better. The fact that they're going to, like, there's no more loading screens because that was such a mood killer.
100%.
And the fact that they're not going to do the old VR kid in a test tube sort of thing, dude, you won me over. All we need is like character creator and I'm there. I'm sold. I'll be there on day one.
Hell yeah. Can I be honest? Like I don't mind some of the modern day segments in previous Assassin's Creed games, but when I was playing Black Flag, it definitely took me out because the modern day segments weren't as fun. You like going to random computers and reading notes, and honestly, it wasn't too interesting. And I just wanted to keep being a pirate again, so I ended up just pushing past those segments. So I completely agree about that.
Can I ask you, mate? Like, honestly, to a fan of the Assassins, I'm going to throw you under the bus. I'm going to have you represent the entirety of the Assassin's Creed community here. Okay, I thought Assassin's Creed when it started was like shadows, assassins killing people. Like, it was cool, but it became sort of like a teenage weeb sort of thing where I don't know. It got like almost PG'd. Do you feel that?
No. I agree that Assassin's Creed very much moved away from the stealthy assassins mechanic. It was very cool. It was kind of like a cult. And then the games, especially after the Ezio trilogy, started to move away from that, especially with Assassin's Creed 3 and those middle period of games. It came back a lot with Mirage. I really enjoyed Mirage, but to be honest, Mirage definitely wasn't as memorable as Assassin's Creed 2. It felt very one note. I agree that the tonal shift in Assassin's Creed wasn't that great. And I actually loved Valhalla because I'm such a fan of Vikings, but it wasn't really an Assassin's Creed game. It was quite a strange game. It was fairly bloated as well.
It was. I didn't know how I felt about it. And it felt real hack and slashy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I wanted more. I don't know what I want. You know, like, and they have a chance to make Assassin's Creed Black Flag not only happy, like better for the people that that remember it and have tried it and played it, right? But to bring in a new clientele such as myself and others. What we need is Red Dead Redemption and Black Flag together.
Yes.
And then you're raiding people, then you're docking, you're getting up to no good, and then you're going back out of the ocean and you rinse and repeat. That's all anybody wants.
Hell yeah. And they have all the improvements to ship combat from a game like Skull and Bones as well. Apparently, they're mixing in some new ship mechanics and ship combat mechanics. So I think, even though it's not going to be this 100% faithful remake, I think they're making the right decisions. And if you don't like it, Black Flag, it's not too dated. You can always go back and play it. But let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Mm-hmm. That was a very, very interesting discation. And let's stick on with the games.
Unless your thoughts are against my own. Then
don't disagree with us.
Don't disagree with us. That's not what we're here to do. That's not what we're here to do.
Next segment. What we're watching.
You know what? I ended up surfing the comments of our
last video
viewers and listeners so much. Because I will say again, I've said this before. Thank you very much to everyone who comments and actually discusses and comments properly and talks properly on it. Because I pick up lots. I see other people agreeing and disagreeing, but having discussions back and forth is really cool to see.
100%.
We're building a community here, not just it's something special. Yeah. Like I actually enjoy going through the comments. It's cool to see. So please leave your opinions.
Like our comment section, I would genuinely say, I never feel that it's toxic. It's always constructive back and forth discussion. It's quite cool, the community that we've built on the MMArcade. So if you are new, by the way, please do subscribe. Do not forget.
Join the cult.
Join the cult. By the way, you referred to our channel, I think like a couple of podcast episodes ago, as the Arcade. I think that's a pretty sick nickname. But next up, we've got what we're watching, playing, and reading. Rob, you were telling me a bit before we started recording about a game that you've been playing again for the multiple time. What are you playing at the moment?
Nah, I'm not really playing it. I was just quitting out of Noita. If you haven't played Noita, it's fun. It's fun because if I don't know what I'm playing or what I'm doing, I just flick on Noita because I know it's never gonna go anywhere. I think I'm three strata deep.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna last much longer. My spell list is terrible. My perks are all right. Like I can see the potential for greatness, but it's just not there. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to survive the next level.
Yeah.
There are some wizards out there that can really put together some cool stuff with absolutely nothing. I'm not smart enough to do it. Nor do I have the reaction speed or anything else to get through the level.
I'm glad that you
nothing
going
for me. Like I'm on level 3. I don't have any good spells. I don't have the spells I need to get through level 4. I'm not skilled enough to get through level 4. I could rush through it potentially, survive to the next floor, but then I'll have no money to buy any spells. I'm pretty sure it's a throwaway. I'm pretty sure I'm done.
Fair.
But, yeah.
Is that all you've been playing?
That's what I've been playing. You know what I've been watching? I actually have picked up a bit of anime lately.
All right.
That I think is really cool.
Yep.
Is that the new season? For one, I picked up Kaiju number 8 again.
Oh, sick. What do you think?
Did you watch the first season?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So I picked up the second season again.
Yep.
It's not as good as the first one.
Damn it.
It's all right. It's all right. It's like they're going through and I hate this so much. Any anime that does well, that has like side character and stuff, they make a point of it to show the character growth and progression of the side character. I don't care about anybody else. Like, I just want to watch like Kaiju number 8 wreck stuff. That's it. It's a simple formula. I don't care about the feelings of his mates. I don't care about that. I want to see him lose himself and go unga bunga on things.
Oh, bro. This is why you don't like Vinland Saga. You don't want character progression. You don't want depth.
I don't care about his mates. Just like Bleach and Naruto. It's like, I don't care. I'm not watching a show called I'm not watching the show for your friends. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me. It's just me, but I hate seeing, like, I don't mind if there's like one, like Samurai Champloo. There were 2 main characters. Like that so much.
Yeah.
And I've seen other anime akin to it, but you don't need to arc me like episode for this guy, and then there's an episode for this guy. Okay. And then there's an episode. I forgot he was even in the team and just going through it. I'm like, all right. So it's annoyed me, but I got through it, and we're up to the arc where old boy's coming back. So
hell yeah,
let's see what happens. But honestly, I'm dragging my feet at this point. I'm dragging my feet. Okay. The other one I have been watching that I think is actually pretty good is Clevitus. Clevitus.
Tell me about it.
Clever Test. It's probably MA. It's like proper, like a lot of gore and blood and things like that. It's pretty cool.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, there's a couple scenes make you just hate humans. You know what I mean? It's cool.
I remember seeing the clip of the first episode of this. It's really messed up.
I don't know where it's going. I wouldn't say messed up. Goblin Slay's messed up.
Yeah, Goblin Slay's messed up. Yeah,
but yeah, it's cool. It was refreshing, honestly. After watching, there's so much shonen anime. And like,
I agree.
And fan service anime, but like crappy fan service anime. Like, I like fan service as much as the next guy, but not when it's just crap, dude. You can't.
You're such an anti-mainstream anime hater.
I'm not. I watch heaps of mainstream anime.
What? Tell me a mainstream anime you've liked recently.
It depends what you consider mainstream.
That's
like, what do you consider mainstream?
That's such an anti-mainstream anime viewer answer.
Dude, I just pressed popular on Crunchyroll. Where are we? I'm going through the Crunchyroll popular list, and it's not good. Who made these popular? Everyone that made this popular is your fault. Society is the way it is.
I will say this, Crunchyroll, it's very hard to determine what to believe. You and I have talked about this. Reviews on Crunchyroll, anything below 4.4 is bad.
Do you remember? 4.4 is not worth turning on.
It's not. I agree. It has to be like 4.7. Yeah.
No, 4.7 and it's a 50-50.
That's true.
Like 8, 9, you know it's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
But 7, anything lower than 7, don't even bother. Do not bother. Do you remember when Crunchyroll used to have actual reviews?
I remember. Do you remember when it used to have a comment section?
That's what I mean. Like the review comments, like I'm so upset they got rid of that because that was my main way of finding out whether it was crap. Oh man, because you just scroll through that and you always get one dude blowing the whole season up, but like instantly whether it's like they're like, oh, it's just another X rewrite.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just I don't know. Popular anime, the popular list is just terrible. Terrible, bro.
You're such a hardcore anime watcher, bro.
None of these are worth most popular animes. Our Last Crusade or the Rise of a New World. Arc Knights. I've been killing slimes for 300 years. That's not bad. Apparently. I haven't watched it.
Of course, the weirdest named one there, you're like, apparently that's
They're all
right.
weird names. They started 2 years ago. They just... Yeah, I don't know. None of these are any good. You know what? Mushoku Tensei. That was all right.
You've said that before. Yeah.
That was all right. It's it was all right. Dragon Ball's a classic. Naruto's a classic. Drags on a bit, but
yeah, it does.
ReZero. You know, I want to jump back into that. When the dude's like becoming a whingy bitch, I kind of stopped watching it. But have you seen all that?
I've not seen ReZero. No. I think you recommended it to me.
Good.
Yeah.
But again, main character becomes a bit of a whingy bitch. Shangri-La. That's all right.
I like Shangri-La. I really like Shangri-La.
Mob Psycho is pretty good.
Mob Psycho is good too. Mob Psycho is good. Yeah.
Konosuba is just classic. I'll make time for it.
You're just giving a full anime recommendation list right now.
I can if you want. Like, there's just some of these. But I'm looking through popular. How are these popular? Vinland Saga 2's there. Fair enough.
Vinland, sorry. If you read the comment section,
has a place.
Yeah.
I didn't say it was bad. I didn't think it was great either.
People really disagreed with your take on Vinland Saga 2, by the way, season 2. Like, whoa.
Who?
Read the comment section of our last video. Everyone was like, "What the hell, Rob?"
And what? But you got to give me their top 3 to make to even.
No, they were criticizing your take on Vinland Saga.
What'd they say? What's their major point? That
character development is fantastic, especially in season 2, and they felt you were particularly dismissive of that.
Fair enough.
You can see where they're coming from, all right? You don't care about side characters.
No, I don't. Like, unless they impact the main character enough. Like for instance, because we were talking about, what's it called? The one I just talked about, the 8 something 8.
Kaiju number 8?
Yeah. Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
Like, do you really think his teammates had that much of effect on him? And, like, they were together for like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Like,
in terms of the timeline, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like, why are they everything to him to make sure he doesn't become lose himself as a kaiju? Like, you need more impact from like the main character, his like childhood friend. They didn't bring that back in.
True.
I don't know. I could sit here all day going through them. I'm still.
Rob said
86 is really good.
Oh, Rob said this was going to be a short video, but it might not be if he just babbles on. And look what's happened for the last 10 minutes.
86 is good. It's good anime. 86 is good.
And look, I could talk about what I've been playing, but to be honest, it's just been more Borderlands 4. So it's. I still think it's good. I think it's good, but it keeps crashing. And I'm really trying to play, but it's making it really bloody hard. So let us know what you've been playing and reading and watching in the comments. And finally, viewer questions. Ask more viewer questions. I know we usually ask that when we get to this point of the podcast, and a lot of people have naturally dropped off. But for those of you that stick around, you get to ask us some questions. And the first one comes from @ThomasCharters984. Rob, who are you going to fight next? What's happening? When are you getting back on it?
Don't know. I want to fight in Sydney. Next Feb.
All right.
That's what I want to fight next.
All right. Regardless, you've always said this. You don't care who you fight.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to fight Strickland.
Oh.
I've been wanting that fight for a while. I think it'd be good. I think it'd be a good fight. He always brings people to cards. I don't think he'll come all the way here to Australia, but
he's got some issues with Australia.
Yeah, I don't think he has the best rapport with Australian government, but I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Next question is from Zero Ackle de Ama. Oh my God, these names. Do you think they should include the age in ring announcements?
No.
I don't see how it's relevant.
No. It's in the tail of the tape anyway.
Yeah, like, exactly.
If you're watching it at home. If you're not, then you're going to have to go flick on Google.
Yeah. Next one is from @grobgron9391. Question for Rob. Rob, did you read Stormlight Archive books? They also have a very cool magic system. And what do you think of them if you have?
I have seen them. Again, I don't like jumping characters too much.
Yeah.
So whenever they'd stray away from the main character, I think I only got about 3 books in because the 4th book, when I started, it wasn't released yet. And then I tried getting back into it recently, actually. Yeah. And it's hard for me to do that because if I know what's going to happen in something, I find it very hard to watch something. Like I couldn't watch any of The Hobbit. I just couldn't. So I know exactly where they end up. And it killed me.
Fair.
So knowing what happens in those books already was hard. Like I can't reread it. It needs to be very, very special to me for me to be able to do that, which I think Name of the Wind might be able to do. That's such a good book. So,
and final question from @OddLifter. Question, my birthday is at the end of the month. Can you make some merch so my wife has something to buy me? Rob, when's your next merch drop?
Don't know. Now that your birthday's at the end of the month, like soon.
Specifically for you.
Soon. I want to come out with something before the next fight, obviously, because with it being at home and I'm going to get my kids and everything involved. So yeah. But we'll see. We will see.
All right. And that is episode 74 of the MMArcade Podcast. If you have been watching or listening up until this stage, thank you so much. Rob, as always, final thoughts to close out the episode.
Yeah. You know what I'm going to start doing? Because I do go through the comments and I do see a lot of cool questions that I'd like to bring up, but then I forget. I'm going to start writing them down. I apologize. Because normally we just go through them before the cast and pick out the questions that way. But I see they're not even questions. They're just like comments. Yeah, they're like throwaways that I want to bring awareness to. A lot of them are about books and things like that. I think it's cool.
All right. We'll look for more of them and try and include those, even though they're not questions technically. We'll try and include more of those.
But otherwise, if you are new, please subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We're here consistently 4 weeks in a row. Otherwise, next week I might be remote. We might actually miss next week.
We might miss next week for UFC Perth. Yeah.
So heads up, because I am heading to UFC Perth. I'm going to be doing some work on some panels there. So if you're in Perth for the fights, I will be there. Say hello. Otherwise, peace.